BBCBBC Question Time is being broadcast from Darlington 11:48 p.m. That's all folks. Visit express.co.uk next week for more updates. Where Question Time is being filmed in Yeovil and the week after in Uttoxeter, 11:47 p.m. Emily Thornberry admits she only wants power. The Labour MP said she cannot make a difference without power. 11:42 p.m. Terry Christian still continues to shout people down. Mr. Christian continues to aggressively shout down anyone with a difference of opinion. 11:39 p.m. Have some faithThe audience member blasted the left wing and the media elite for arrogance and having no faith in the country. And then Terry Christian tried to shout him down, saying even though the pound has tanked, Dimbleby told him to stop interrupting. BBCMR Christian spent the entire programme shouting people down. BBCThe Tory MP said it was like Parliament with the men shouting each other down. 11:34 p.m. Terry Christian is told he is like a child shouting the panel down. Claire Perry said it is like Parliament. The men are trying to shout the ladies down. Terry Christian continued to shouted and talk over Miss Perry. David Dimbleby told off the Mr. Christian to be quiet and let people speak. 11:34 p.m. David Dimbleby shouts boring. David Dimbleby shouts at the two men that the argument is getting boring if debate is conducted in this manner. 11:32 Terry Christian tells Richard Tice he needs to give his head a wobble. Ramona shouted at Mr. Tyson that the pound has tanked. BBCTHE furious audience member blasted the left wing. 11:29 Richard Tice blasts the reporter, said it is garbage in, garbage out, and forecasters can't predict a year. 1128 Fourth question of the night: would 16% lower economic growth a price worth paying for a hard Brexit? BBCMR Tice blasted the report. 1128 Where is the justice for the Bulger family? Audience members agree that Venables does not deserve anonymity. 11:23 Audience member slams the anonymity-fed John Venables. The audience member said he was released and blew it again. He said society should be able to protect themselves. 11:20 p.m. Third question of the night: should John Venables continue to have anonymity at taxpayers' expense? BBCTHE audience member said Venables should lose his anonymity. 11:15 p.m. Miss Perry slams Emily Thornberry for shouting her down. The Tory MP tried to make her point but was ganged up on by the Labour MP and Terry Christian. Ms. Perry blasted, "No one likes to see politicians shout people down." BBCTHE panel were asked about the council tax increase. 11:08 p.m. I admire your passion but you're wrong. Emily Thornberry blames council tax on cuts to local government and says it will never be enough. Claire Perry reminds people that a Labour frontbencher resigned after it was revealed Labour planned to hike up council tax. She said government need to prioritise spending. An audience member then slammed the MP for privatising the NHS again. Miss Perry said it was not true and that it started under Tony Blair. BBC QT Nice to see Emily Thornberry answer to everything is still give it more money. Wesmaji 8 February 20,181,105 p.m. Audience juror Claire Perry and panel accuse her of avoiding the question. The Tory MP claims people are more satisfied with local services than they have been for a long time. She was blasted by Dimbleby and Terry Christian for not giving a straight answer. 11:02 p.m. Second question of the night: is it fair that local authorities have to take the blame for having to increase council tax? BBC Emily Thornberry claimed women are paid less than men. Did they cut Terry Christian there? BBC QT John Browen at John Browen _ the 8th of February 20,181,052 p.m. Emily Thornberry seems to suggest women looking after 4-year-olds is as valuable as banking. Emily Thornberry says men are usually paid more than women, but women do the most important work. She asks why a woman looking after a 4-year-old is paid so little when it is important, whereas bankers are paid so much. Dimbleby asked, perplexed, are you asking for equal pay between those who look after 4-year-olds and bankers? BBCTHE Question Time is broadcast from Darlington. David Dimbleby introduces at Emily Thornberry as Jeremy Corbyn's occasional stand-in. What he meant to say was Shadow First Secretary, BBC QT, Liz McInnes at Liz McInnes. MP the 8th of February 20,181,045 PM were first question of the night is should female Tesco checkout staff who want to be paid the same as male warehouse staff apply for a transfer to the warehouse. 10.42 PM Looking at reactions on social media, it seems the EU and Brexit will come up this evening, potentially the NHS too. Terry Christian tweeted, EU soon neoliberal OK ideological forever. Advaluisci at Terry Christian. The last Labour government went along with a neoliberal experiment. Claire Perry's Twitter account has been suspended. BBCTHE full lineup will be taking questions from the audience. Questions from the audience will possibly include women's suffrage due to the 100-year anniversary of women winning the right to vote. With such a high-profile brexiteer on the panel, and with a recent negative Brexit forecast released by the government which claims the northeast of England will be worse hit, there is bound to be questions around leaving the European Union. The Westminster harassment report is due today. It is being published after recent scandals around sexual harassment. Council tax may be tackled too after it was reported nearly all English councils are planning rises. North Korea has been dominating the headlines this week with a military parade on the eve of the Winter Olympic held in the rival South. It is the two neighbors will compete jointly. It was also revealed this week that Donald Trump was planning his own parade. Who is Emily Thornberry? Emily Thornberry is MP for Islington South and Finsbury since 2005, serving on the Communities and Local Government Select Committee from 2005 to 2010. She is now Shadow Foreign Secretary. Who is Richard Tice? Richard Tice is a property developer who was CEO of real estate group CLS Holdings from 2010 to 2014. He is co-founder of Leave EU with Aaron Banks and co-chair of Leave Means Leave with John Longworth. Who is Rachel Sylvester? Rachel Sylvester is a UK political journalist for The Times. She was named 2015's Political Journalist of the Year at the British Press Awards. Who is Rachel Sylvester? Rachel Sylvester is a UK political journalist for The Times. She was named 2015's Political Journalist of the Year at the British Press Awards. Who is Terry Christian? Terry Christian is an English broadcaster, journalist, and author. He has presented TV series including Channel 4's late-night entertainment show The Word and ITV1 moral issues talk show It's My Life. He has been writing articles and columns for newspapers since 1983. He is a regular columnist for Sunday People and has also written for the Manchester Evening News, the Derby Evening Telegraph and the Daily Sport. Who is Terry Christian? Terry Christian is an English broadcaster, journalist, and author. He has presented TV series including Channel 4's late-night entertainment show The Word and ITV1 moral issues talk show It's My Life. He has been writing articles and columns for newspapers since 1983. He is a regular columnist for Sunday People and has also written for the Manchester Evening News, the Derby Evening Telegraph and the Daily Sport. Who is Claire Perry? Claire Perry, who has been Conservative MP for Devizes since 2010. She serves as Parliamentary Private Secretary to Philip Hammond, the Secretary of State for Defence, and as a Government Assistant Whip. She was appointed as Minister of State at the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy after the June 2017 reshuffle.